Hi guys, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. Got a freshly ground coffee. I'm just gonna have my first sip of the day. Nice, beautiful coffee from Miha's chocolate factory. He exports the most amazing beans. So how you all doing, guys? It's a lovely day. It's an exciting day because we're gonna talk about three very special crystals, especially in my world, of all the thousands of crystals I've worked with over the 15 years. And just before I do, I'm going to answer a few of your questions that I got last night. Some funny questions. A lot of people are suspicious. They seem to spend the whole life being suspicious of everything. And I guess to a degree I can understand, because I'm the same, really. Suspicious of everybody, and because there's so much fakery out there, so much lies and so much manipulation. You just need to look on social media, oh, try this is a beautiful product, and then you realize that a company's come to them because they've got a high profile and said, listen, if you sell my product, I'll give you 20% or 30%. And I can show you, I could take you to my computer now and show you the hundreds of messages I get daily of companies trying to ask me to launch their product or to sell their product. Everything that I share with you is my work, is my tools. So it's not like I've just gone to somebody and says, oh, I'll sell that for you because I've got an audience and you'll pay me a commission. Everything that I sell, I've worked with for 15 years. Everything that I've made and sell is what I've worked with for 15 years. I know it works. There's many forms of crystals that I don't know about, and you just need to scroll down and see, Matt, what does this crystal do? I don't know what that crystal does. There's thousands of crystals in the world. How am I to know everything about every crystal? I just know what works for me and what I was drawn to by what I believe is spirit. Spirit draws a right crystal to you, and you're always drawn to the right crystal. So being a crystal healer for 15 years, I was drawn to certain crystals and I worked with them, and I really, really needed to know that this works. It was almost like an experiment. So it's not like I just believed a book. I don't read books because I've got dyslexia, one thing. I don't have time, another. So my understanding of crystals is not from a book. So when you quote me about a book, I just think, well, where have you read that? Have you actually experienced it? Have you actually felt it? Have you actually worked with it? No. Well, then how can you just believe somebody else's writing? It's like when I write about the Moldavite book, I don't expect you to believe me. I expect you to work with it and see how it feels, and you tell me what you feel. So somebody said to me last night, I think a few of you have said, you talk about lemons all the time, do you just talk about them because it's this and that? I just don't even know how to answer these questions. It's almost like you're trying to find something wrong with me or prove something that I've done something wrong, and or I'm lying. It's just really, really, sometimes really weird how people can be. So I just thought, I'll show you just one. One basket of my lemons. I'm proud of them too. Look at them. I'm proud. That's how they should look. This is how they should look. Solid. I had one which, silly me, gave it away. You could shake it and you could hear the pips inside. But that's like probably 7-8 years old. Maybe longer, So this is just one basket. Yeah, what an idiot, eh? He likes to keep his lemons just to show people. Yeah, I have lemons everywhere all the time. Lemons are my thermometer. Like you have a barometer to see what the weather's like. I have lemons. They tell me how the energy is of the room. And I guess the proof of that, the truth of that is it's got 1.7 million views now. Because people realize this is truth. There is truth. Mother Nature gives us the signs that we need. Anyway, hear me babbling on. Cheers anyway, have a coffee. Sit down, have a coffee with me. Come on, this is going to be a beautiful video of three amazing crystals. And I'm sure you know about them, but let's crack on, shall we? I don't particularly believe in the best crystal. I believe each crystal has its own beauty. So, but I will title it the 3 most powerful crystals to heal and help with negative energy. When I say heal, clear, absorb, blast away, there's many different forms of expressions to what a crystal does and what I've learned from these 3 amazing crystals. So let me take one more sip. I need the energy. I slept till 12 o'clock today. I went to bed late because I was working on everything, and then I opened my eyes. It was 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That has never happened to me before, but I reckon it was because coming back from LA, I haven't stopped. I physically haven't stopped, so I must have needed the sleep. So I wasn't upset. I just thought, wow, I must have needed the sleep. Okay. Let's get on with it, shall we? So, my top 3 crystals that I have worked with for many years, and I know they are very, very, for me, they're very profound crystals because they have done so much work, and I have seen so many people heal from these crystals in more ways than you can imagine. So which are the most powerful 3 crystals that Mark Bajerski believes in that absorb, heal, cleanse, clear, blast away and protect you from the negative energies around you? Now, what is negative energy? Negative energy could be everything that surrounds you. However, don't ever forget this. We create negative energy. You create it through fear, through the what ifs, through the loss of family members, through somebody attacking you, from your family being disappointed in you, from you being angry, from you wanting to be better but can't be. You're jealous, you're this, you're that. So all of that is a negative energy. So when I talk about what these crystals do, I'll try and explain in my world of what they do to help you with certain energies that we create and others create around us all the time. Okay, so they're a great crystal to help us balance. Okay, so number 3. Here goes. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it? Get ready, it's coming up. Number 3. Dun 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 dun. Look at that beauty. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is from Africa, and this is black tourmaline in its natural form. It's just one of many I have on my website, but do you like the way it's been beautifully made by a designer, Balinese artist, really, artisan, beautiful, solid Balinese silver, beautiful quality. But the most beautiful part about it is the crystal, indeed. Look at its formation. It's beautiful, gorgeous, genuine, very, very high grade quality. Beautiful looking as well. This black tourmaline has served me so well. What I found when I first started working with black tourmaline was that I was always going for it when somebody had lost a family member. So if you've lost your little doggy or your cat, your child, your grandmother, your partner, sister, any family member or any of our beautiful family members from the animal kingdom, that form of suffering, that loss, that pain, that emptiness leaves a massive hole in the heart, and it feels like there's always going to be something missing. That energy is very, very low. It's a very heavy vibration, and what a lot of people don't realize, that energy causes you a lot of suffering in a physical form. So later on in life, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 years later, that suffering that you're going through eats away at your physical body. And it also affects everybody around you, because that energy of the loss, of the sadness, of the grief, we call it, it blasts out and hits other people, and they can feel it too. So you're always in a very, very low vibration when you've lost somebody. And you know what? There's nothing we can do about that, because people come and go and leave home to go home. And we've got it all wrong, because we think that when they've gone, that's it, they've gone. But I don't see it that way. They're at home. They've actually gone home. This isn't home, that's home. So what this crystal does, it is an absorber of grief. It is an absorber of pain and suffering. That's what this crystal does. Now, when I say absorber, it's not exactly sucks it in, but this one, it almost evaporates it. But it also targets, which is a very, very clever crystal. It also helps you connect to the spirit world. Thus, when you're feeling your family members closer, you then feel more comfort. So this crystal brings comfort through the energy of you connecting more. Now, you might get upset and say, well, when I wore it, I felt more pain and suffering. Well, this is the problem with the mind. The mind then interprets the loss even greater sometimes. So what that means is, I noticed a lot of my clients were saying, Mark, it's a difficult crystal to wear because I'm having memories of my mother. She, it's almost like I feel her there. And I'm saying, exactly. So when you feel her there, she is there. So she wants you to connect with her. And then you would say, well, I'm not, I just miss her so much. So if you're ready for a crystal to try and connect to the spirit world because of grief, not like amethyst. Amethyst is different. Amethyst is a crystal where you want to achieve a higher vibration. You want to connect to the spirit world, to work with them, to feel them and listen to them. This is different. This is a connection of comfort, to feel your loved ones, to feel your doggy, your cat, your horse, your brother, your sister, your mum, your dad, anybody that you love who's gone home. You want to feel them. So this is a crystal that I would say, are you prepared to accept your loved ones close to you? Do you want them to be, are you ready for them to be close to you? So that's what I used to say to my clients. When they said yes, then they were able to let go of the grief. Because a lot of us hold on to grief because we feel we have to. I love my mother, my brother, my sister, my doggy. I love them so much, I shouldn't be happy. I should be in grief. I should be down. I should be sad because it's a respect, because I love them so much, so I shouldn't be happy. This is how the mind tries to convince you of, because of your past understanding of most cultures, they wear black because somebody's died, because they have to grieve for 20 years. The spirit world doesn't want you to grieve for 20 years. They want you to be happy every day. So this crystal is an amazing protection against negative thoughts. Okay? Thoughts are energies. So if you are around somebody who is always riddled in grief, in sadness, you have to now put up with that energy. Brilliant crystal for that. Brilliant crystal, because this blasts them energy that then helps them feel better. So it's a win-win situation when you're wearing this. If you're also not feeling like you've got an issue, but your partner may have an issue and they don't want to wear a crystal and they don't believe in any of this, if you wear it, it will heal you, which will heal them. So it has a blasting energy, it has a wave that hits other people around you too, to make a difference. So this is number 3. I could go on about this. You probably figured out I could go on about this for like 2 days. I could talk about stories of how this has helped people, children, how it's helped a little girl. I remember a little girl at 7 years old, she lost her mother. This crystal totally helped her, and lots of other reasons. But the main reason for this crystal to clear away negative energies, as I just said, the grief, the loss, the sadness, the fears, the what ifs, the guilt of the loss of a family member, this is the crystal. So it is quite an easy crystal to get hold of, and it's starting to become a little bit more pricey now, but finding genuine pieces, they are a wonderful, wonderful crystal. Just be a bit aware. Be a bit aware when you're buying crystals, buy from a right source, because sometimes I've had people bring me these crystals and they've been black onyx, they've been, totally different crystals than what they should be. So when you're looking at this crystal, you should be looking at it carefully because it's got like fine lines running down. And if you've bought it in a mountain and you can't see that, you should be able to see even the lines, because when you break a piece off, you can see that it's like lines, fine lines all the way through there, all the way in. Can you see? And sometimes you can get them on motherstone, which is really beautiful. I have some of them, and they have motherstone, which is like a white crystal quartz as well. It's beautiful, and they're gorgeous too. They have a little bit more of an energy about them in a different way. But this is number 3. Wow, that took some doing, right? You thought it was going to be short and sweet, didn't you? No, sorry guys, not this YouTube channel. It's long and Babylonian. Babylon. He babbles on. Okay, deep breath for number 2 now. Okay, number 2. The number 2 crystal that helps with negative energy, clears negative energy, and keeps you protected is one of my favorites too. Have a look at this. Tektite is now becoming graded and is now being weighed in grams. That's never happened before. Never. It always came in kilos and it was never graded. So we're finding more and more people are starting to recognize the power of these amazing crystals from out of this world. People will argue and say it's not a crystal because it's a meteorite, but as an expression, it's a crystal. It works the same way, but in a very unique way, like all crystals do. But as you know, I'm very, very into these kind of crystals. Actually, just the 2. Anyway, so there you go. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Okay, so I'll just hang on a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Just had a quick thought. So there you go. Can you see that? This is a genuine Tektite. Some of them are slightly polished. I like them too. Slightly polished. This one is in its natural form. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a fake that the Chinese. Sorry guys, I said I wasn't going to say that. Well, other countries fake them now. Okay. And here's a fake. Can you see? They've tried to fake that. So be aware. There's a lot of fakes about. Loads. Okay, so just so you're aware, there's a lot of fakery at the moment. Okay, so yeah, my last lot of Tektites have now cost me, I think 6 a gram, and it used to be in kilos. So you can imagine now the prices are becoming really expensive, and the reason why, supply and demand. People are realizing that this crystal is fantastic, really fantastic. It helps with, as far as I'm concerned, it helps with not just negativity of around us and within us, but also what's being shot around here and there. People keep asking me, what's shungite like? I said, shungite's a good crystal, but I haven't worked with it as much as this. This was always a crystal that I'm drawn to for the bad energies that is man-made, like 5G, Wi-Fi and all that. This is fantastic for that. So if you've got Wi-Fi 5G, yeah, it's a great one. And lava stone, have you heard of lava stone? I've been working with that for about 11 years, and I don't think I've got many pieces left now, but I've got quite a lot coming because I love working with lava stone. And that also is a very good crystal for blocking out the bad energies. But you know what? It's difficult. You can't surround yourself in lava stone, because that's the only way, because it's shooting negative energy from above. So, but it does help a little bit if you wear it on your heart energy or solar plexus. If you've got a nice big chunk, that really does help. Anyway, eventually I think science is going to figure this out, and they'll be heading towards crystals, I'm sure. So just put that one down in your book, guys. Lava stone, okay? But shungite apparently is also good. I do sell a few pieces, but I haven't worked with them for that much, so I can't really talk about that. So let's get back to Tektite. Tektite is one of my favorite crystals, and I am going to write a book about Tektite because the amount of amazing stories that I have of Tektite and what it's done for people is incredible. Tektite for me does one thing, and one thing only. Tektite is a sponge for negative energy. So if you are somebody who is a practitioner, if you are somebody who works with general public all the time, if you are somebody who is looking after a family member who is not well, if you are in the company of people through the day who are stressed, angry, if you work in a shopping centre or in a hospital or in a big corporation, let me tell you, this is the crystal to wear beyond any other crystal for that particular reason. So me being a healer, when I was working full time every single day for 10 years, I used to always have a Tektite with me. It always was sat. Here's my belly buttons here, right? It was sat here. So I had a long cord. So what I'd do when my first client came and they were lying down on the bed, I would grab this and then work on my client. So what was happening is the energy was being blasted through this hand, and any negative energy can get sucked up through the same hand and go through the body and then is absorbed into the crystal. Fabulous crystal for absorbing negative energy of every kind. So if you imagine this beauty as a sponge that would soak up negative water, dirty water from a spill, this is what it does. It absorbs it. And I'll tell you something else as well, the magic of this crystal. For some reason, and I don't actually know why, but it dispels once it's gone inside. So it's like there's never any feeling to me that I need to cleanse and clear this. But what I do is I do rub a tiny bit of healing oil. When I used to use my oil, it used to be cleansing oil. I have cleansing oils and different oils. Now I'm working with a new oil, which is this one here, the sacred oil. It's come out. This is absolutely amazing for rubbing on here and re-energizing that crystal, so you're putting new energy into it. So you rub one drop on and you just basically, let's do it now while we're here. Just one drop is all you need, okay? So I'm just gonna, there you go, one drop's just gone into my skin. So you take that drop in your hand, rub together with your fingers, okay, and then you massage the beautiful sacred oil all over it. Oof. As soon as I smell that oil, it's like takes you to a new place. Oof. I can tell you something now, my stomach is doing somersaults since I put this in my hand and I stuck it next to my stomach. So I know there is some negative energy there, and there is because I had a little bit of an issue last night with a dear friend of mine that I needed to resolve. Nothing serious, but because we're sensitive, we feel things and we overcompensate with our emotions, right? We make up stories, you know what I mean? And the story isn't really the story. That's me in a nutshell. So there you go. Can you see that? Oh my God, does that feel better already? You can feel it. You can just look at it and you can feel it. You know what I mean? It's not about, oh, I have to touch it. You can feel it through the camera. You know when something's beautiful and genuine and powerful. So you take it in your hand. My stomach is doing somersaults. The reason why is because the trapped emotion of last night, of what I was feeling and the stress, is being released. So I'm feeling that. I'm not thinking there's anything wrong with me. I can feel the release. So it's going now. But just then it was like somebody was stabbing me in my stomach, and you might think, oh my God, that's awful. Get rid of it. It's done this to me. And I think, no, any feeling of pain is a cleanser and clearer. You have to feel the pain to begin with for it to release. So that's brilliant. I feel better now already. So this oil is incredible. Okay, guys, going back to it. Sorry. So the most, in my humble opinion, the most powerful crystal to absorb any negative energy of what I've just expressed. And it is a protector, because anybody who comes at you with negative energy, this protects you from it, because it instantly absorbs their BS, their weaknesses, their issues, their anger, their problems. So when you're working in the company of people who are angry, if you work at, say, which is the worst, just say you sat at a bank and you have to put up with people who are coming to you and getting angry because they can't get their money, or you work on a telephone, you work in a telephone company and people are screaming at you for whatever. Perfect! Wear it by your stomach, and I promise you. And if you're a healer, if you're a psychic, if you're a medium, if you're a masseur, if you're a yoga instructor, if you're a self-help guru, if you're a YouTuber who is sharing information, this is the crystal. I'm telling you, this is the crystal. And you will understand what I mean when you wear it. It makes all the difference. So Tektite is my number 2 most powerful crystal to absorb negative energy, and it instantly dispels it when it goes inside, so you don't have to really charge it. But I do like to charge my crystals anyway, because it makes me feel good, you know, like when you look at your home and you think, you know what, I need to clear my cupboards out. So you open all the drawers, you get rid of all the rubbish, you shut them, and then you feel better, right? Well, that's the same as with my crystals. I sometimes like to get them and put them out in the sun. It makes me feel better. It feels like I've got a clear cupboards, clear shelves. It just makes me feel better. So, okay, that's it. That's number 2. Any questions that you've got to ask? I hope I've answered them with them. Are you ready then? Are you ready for number 1? I bet half of you already know. Well, it's not going to be you. Not this time, even though you are number 1. The number 1 crystal, the most powerful crystal in my humble opinion, that is the, I'm just going to put 1 drop on before you see it. The number 1 crystal that really does protect you from negative energies of every type, no matter what, is this beautiful crystal. You ready? Here we go. Oh, look at that beauty! Yes, guys, it's called Moldavite. This one's just come in, so I'm just beginning the work. Can you see that? Yes, isn't it beautiful? Moldavite. Moldavite, like Tektite, is from out of this world. It is a beautiful, beautiful, unique crystal in shapes and forms. It is the most expensive crystal of crystals. There is no doubt about it. I only told you a few months ago that I was in LA and I was with, I was in a big show and I chose 2 pieces. I would say the 2 pieces probably weighed, one weighed this much and the other one was a lot smaller. And they were from, the guy was from the Czech Republic, and the piece of Moldavite, the two pieces that I looked at, I really loved. They were grade AAA, AAA. They were highest grade, great formation, great colours, great shape, perfect. So I said I'd like them. They were 20, I think 24 grams ish. Okay, 20 for between both of them. So one was about 16, 17 grams. The other was about, I don't know, 10 grams or 8, something like that. Okay. So the girl, I think probably the girlfriend who was American, she got the calculator and they typed it out. It was $4,446. So I went like this, Yeah, so it worked out at €400 a gram for this beautiful crystal. So now it's becoming obscene. It's becoming, because like anything else, there's less and less of it, and the demand is getting higher and higher. And of course, it's a beautiful, beautiful, powerful, mystical, amazing connector to an energy, a life force, a source that is slightly different from our world. So there is an extraterrestrial energy attached to it, but far more than that, because it helps you connect to many different forms of realms of yourself, your higher self. It opens you up in many ways. And yes, when I started working with Moldavite, when I put my first piece in my hand, I actually levitated. So what I mean by that is I felt my body lift. I might not have lifted to anybody else, but I could feel my body lifting, and I thought, what the hell is this? And I realized that was the start of my journey. And I'm writing a book called The Power of Moldavite. And it's so long, there's so much information in it that it's taking time to actually put it together. And, you know, I need to find somebody who can put it into words that you would understand, because a lot of it is really fairly complicated. And I try and make things simple. But the amazingness of Moldavite and how it's helped me and my clients in the journey of life is untrue. So Moldavite, in its own uniqueness, what it does is it not only protects you, but it awakens your highest form, your highest energy. So it awakens what people call chakras. I call them power points. They're all in the body, and you'll say there's this many. I say there's a lot more power points than what people realize. But that's another story. But what it does, it awakens your whole body system. Like in my hand now, I have got a piece of Moldavite. In my hand, I am feeling now the Moldavite is working inside right there. And it's like somebody stabbing me. And at the back of me here, there's a point here that I'm getting like a really bad pain. Now, I've hurt my shoulder in a motorbike accident. So it makes sense that things are happening here. Here, I'm not sure what's going on. But I can tell you, it's like somebody stabbing me. Back of my head here, where I'm a little bit bald. Did you know I'm going bald? It's true. And somebody once told me that it's in the shape of a heart. And I went, what do you mean? And they said, I'm telling you, I was doing a ritual and somebody was like crying and afterwards said, you know that the back of your head looks like you've got a heart. I said, Abba, that's why you call it the healer of hearts. Do you want to see? Look, can you see? Does it look like a heart? I don't know. Anyway, guys, so Moldavite, getting back to Moldavite, what does it actually do on a level of protection? Well, there is, I believe, a life force and a center point, which is very much in the heart. And what that does, it awakens, Moldavite awakens that center point. And therefore, what happens is it's functioning at its highest energy. So have you ever watched Ready Brick advert when you were a young kid? The kid was walking down the street and he had this glowing light around him as he was walking. And it was because he ate a healthy Ready Brick, right? Well, when I'm telling you, when people wear this crystal, I see that energy. You call it a aura. I call it life force. And depending on what colour I see around somebody, gives me an indication of what their issue are or what their body is needing. So if I see you and I glimpse a colour of green, I know you need physical healing. If I catch a glimpse of you and you've got white around you, it means that you are actually healing yourself and your body system is working. Your life force is really, really functioning at a balanced and powerful energy. When you wear Moldavite, 9 times out of 10, I see that very colour around you, which is white. It's like a bright white light. I only capture a glimpse every now and again, and not all the times, but this actually brings out the self-healing, which is protection. You protect yourself. So this is a protection. Now, it also blasts out an energy that dispels any kind of energy. So if you say to me, oh, this person's very powerful, he uses black magic, doesn't even wash with me, put a piece of Moldavite on me, nothing can upset me or make me sad or worry me. If I've got a Moldavite on, I know my body is functioning more powerful every day. And you would probably say to me, but Mark, I felt terrible when I wore the Moldavite. I had hot flushes. I felt like I felt ill. I had palpitations. Lots of pain and suffering was coming through. Yes, that's the beginning of a Moldavite fix. You're being fixed. You're being healed. Like I said, crystals sometimes brings what you think is the worst out, but it's not. It's bringing out your blocks. It's bringing out your fears, your negativity, because crystals are clever. But Moldavite works on so many different levels, not just one level, but 1,000 levels. So it's working in so many ways. It's fixing, it's healing, it's cleansing, it's blasting away at points where, like I just said, my neck is gone. It's no longer there. Back, it's fine now. So if you bear with a Moldavite, it will fix you first for you to fix yourself. Does that make sense? So you really have to get yourself prepared, honor it and let it be on you. Keep the crystal on you and let it do its work, because you always say to me, if I'm not feeling well, I can't heal anybody else. You know, if I'm not 100%, how can I heal anybody else? Exactly. So the Moldavite knows this, so it fixes you first to be able to fix everybody else. And also Moldavite blasts out an energy, and it also can cause, and as you quite rightly have sent me many messages, a lot of effect to other people. But hey ho, maybe they needed to blast that out. Maybe they needed to recognize what's wrong with them. And you have often said to me, sent me messages, Mark, every time I wear it, there's like, I'm always getting grief around me. People are going all a bit cuckoo and saying really weird things and doing really bad things and this and that. And I say, yeah, but that's really good, because it's showing you who they are, which means that if somebody's nasty to you straight away, at one point I used to think it was spirit that was helping me see who somebody truly is, so I don't have to get involved with them, which is very true. But the Moldavite does the same thing, because it highlights their weaknesses, like it highlights your weaknesses. The weaknesses I'm talking about is your problems, your blocks, your issues, all the things that you get triggered by, like I do. So, you know, when I wear Moldavite, I don't wear it lightly. I wear it when I'm ready. And people often say to me, I thought you're the Moldavite guy. Why are you wearing Moldavite? Look, mate, I've been wearing it 15 years. I just need a break. Sometimes you need a break. And when I put it back on, I honor it. And I honor it by allowing whatever to happen. But I'm telling you this, ultimately, Moldavite is the crystal, and I mean this with my hand on my heart. Moldavite is the crystal to help awaken your true purpose, your beautiful, strong soul to a new higher vibration. It helps you connect to a different source, different energies, different realms. So you then become awakened. You awaken your DNA, you awaken your everything about you to heighten, to become stronger, and to be able to see things that you need to fix, you need to sort, you need to resolve. But it is that what keeps you protected. If you don't know what's wrong, how can you protect yourself? So it helps you see things, it helps you focus, it helps you target certain things that need to be resolved within yourself and then within others. So yes, like when I work with this, do you want to know the best people to wear this? Everybody. Every single person in the world should have a piece of Moldavite in their pocket. And it doesn't have to be this size. It can be a tiny piece. They work exactly the same. So as long as you've got a genuine piece, okay? Look at this one. Look at that one. Yeah, look. Fake. It's a piece of glass. It's a piece of glass. Look how easy it is to fake. It's just glass. This is just glass. This is a genuine piece. So you have to be careful. And trust me, I bought many fakes from people who are genuine dealers. So you have to be careful. Make sure you buy from right sources. Okay, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, to tell you the truth, guys, you're the best. You're the most powerful protector in the world. You really are. But the crystals are there to help you become that power, okay? So crystals are a great help. They basically help you become stronger and to become more powerful. And what's wrong with that? I think that's a beautiful thing. Ultimately, I do wear crystals, but I realize now that my power is equally as strong to protect myself at any given time. But there's always times that you feel you need a little help. Sometimes you feel, whoa, that's a bit heavy, this conversation. Or I've just bumped into somebody who's pouring out all their energy. Yeah, a crystal can protect you and heal you from that. So I'll come back and rub some oil on me and cleanse myself and wear a crystal for a while. I used to wear 5 to 10 crystals all on me at any given moment. People have often asked me, how many crystals do you recommend wearing? It doesn't matter. You can wear, I have friends who wear 10, 15, 20 crystals on them because they'll grab one for a different reason, you know? So there's nothing wrong with that either. But if I have a choice and I like to wear 2 crystals now at this given moment for what I'm doing and how I work, it's Tektite and Moldavite. For me, they're a perfect combination for me at this moment. And that's it, guys. I think I've gone on far too long now, but this is kind of gives you an idea of how my crystal workshops are and how the 4-day pure energy healing crystal courses are. So I hope you enjoyed a little snippet of that. Have a lovely day, guys. Thank you very, very much for subscribing to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. It's longer than normally is, but you know, some beautiful things need a little bit more. And we're not that kind of YouTube channel that says it all in under a minute. You know, we're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to share information and learn, and everything that I'm sharing with you is through my experience. So it's not something that I'm learning from a book. You know, it's everything, every crystal that I share with you is what I've worked with. And there are many crystals that I have never worked with, so I have no say. I could never tell you, so I'm only sharing what I know, and I think that's important. So again, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for going to mattbajerski.com and buying your genuine crystals that have been worked on by myself. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. Take care. See you later.